Welcome back to another episode of Championship Manager 2001-2002. For those of you who have watched previous videos, it's not many of you, admittedly, will know that I am manager of Liverpool. Well, actually, what I've got on the screen here kind of gives that away. And we have a home match in the league against Southampton. I've already picked the team, so let's proceed. Extremely cagey from Southampton, so hopefully that means we'll dominate them. We're now into December. So we've really got to start picking up points because it will get to the point where the board will feel like they've given me enough time and I'll be out of a job. And certainly this is not a game that we can afford to lose, I don't think. Southampton are mid-table. They are distinctly average. Lippmann's back in the team, by the way. He's been out for quite a while. He's not actually touched the ball yet. Seems like whoever I put in the CAM role doesn't appear to be that influential. Here he is, though, having said that. And the other thing is Marian Pajas in the Southampton team. He's a really good player on this game. I think he came up in my player search results. I think we've got Partridge on the back on the left wing and Schmitz on the right wing, which is the other way around from where they usually play. The good thing about Partridge and Schmitzer is they are two-footed, and they can play on either side. So I could try switching them around if they don't seem to be playing that well in the first half, and they haven't done much yet. I forgot that Kipper is still in the team. Yeah, I gave Redknapp a chance because I seem to remember he did well in the previous game, although that was only a cup game, so maybe I'm reading too much into that. He got an 8 out of 10. So let's see how he does in a Premiership game. I feel like I should give him a run of games. He's not played much so far this season. Owen back on the score sheet. You love to see it. He's definitely scored. I don't know if he's scored 15 goals yet this season, but he's definitely scored more than 10 goals. So Schmitz is playing alright, but Partridge actually not. Partridge not playing as well as Schmitzer. That doesn't happen often. I can't remember if I've got Berger on the bench. I don't think I have. Owen and Heskey both want new contracts, so as much as I'm happy that Owen has scored, that is only going to strengthen his negotiating position. I don't feel like Kipper has been out of place in Liverpool's defence here. I mean, long term, I still think Hyypiä is the guy, but it's good for Kipper to get a little bit of experience in the first team. Oh my goodness. Vladimir Schmitzer with about his second goal of the season. I knew he'd scored once before because I remember celebrating by saying Vlad the lad. I think that was in one of the first episodes. That might have even been a friendly, to be honest. Come on, let's get there. That was a real chance for Owen. You're not going to get your pay increase missing gilt-edged chances like that, my friend. That's fine. Gerard can be captain. Babel was captain, but it was on a 5 out of 10. He was the only person in the whole team not playing well. I still can't get over the fact that Vladimir Schmitz has scored. Redknapp's done all right. He was on a 7, but he was on a yellow card as well, so we'll give him a little bit of a break and see if Haman can do anything in the last 12 minutes. I doubt it. I was going to say he's not an impact player, but he did make a big impact when Benitez brought him on at half-time in the Champions League final against AC Milan in 2005. I think David Seaman has been a solid signing, at least for this season. I mean, next season he might be too old, but he's done well. £500,000 he cost, bargain. Ah, that's a pity. Our captain goes off. Hopefully that's not a serious injury. That's what happens when we're down to 10 men. Blow your whistle, ref. There we go. We won, but the big concern, of course, is Gerrard there. Well, Gerrard is only out for 10 days, so it's not a major concern, but he is missing this Champions Cup group match at home, I should say, at home to Celtic. Celtic, we are actually in the top two positions in the table at the moment, although only one round of matches has been played, so we can't read too much into that. Celtic obviously perhaps going for a draw, although they're already on the attack. Yeah, I dropped Babel and I've got Bishgan in central defence. Hippier's come back because Kipper is ineligible for Champions Cup matches because I didn't name him in the Champions Cup squad, which is rather short-sighted of me. Schmitzer wasn't fit, so I put Berger in. Switched Partridge over to the right wing. By the way, I've noticed Richie Partridge is like 19, rated 19 for dribbling. So I want to see him go on a mazy dribble. Ah, Partridge with the assist. Heskey finishes it off. Douglas didn't even move. He just knew he was beaten by a superior football player, and that superior football player is Emil Heskey. Oh, here we go. Richie Partridge dribbling. That's what we like to see. Oh, Patrick Berger. Is that his first goal of the season? It is. So we had Schmitzer scoring the last match and Berger scoring this one. I was trying to think of a pun involving the word Czech, but it's not quite coming to me. I might have to call this episode Check It Out. Oh, Redknapp as well. I think that was from a free kick. And that's his first goal of the season. Oh well, we're on easy street here. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, I had to put Haman in defensive midfield because Gerrard's injured. Bishgan is playing in central defence. So Haman was actually my third choice defensive midfielder, but I have no complaints right now. That was shocking, Emil. You're better than that, and you know it. No need to make changes. I think hopefully we can just cruise through the second half. I think the main thing is try to avoid getting any injuries. Berger being the most likely to succumb to the injury bug. Slippery conditions underfoot. After this little passage of play, we'll make our substitutions. Ah, okay, maybe it's not over. Henrik Larsson, the legend, of course. Oh, Michael Owen with the immediate reply. When we had Carragher in defensive midfield previously, he actually did okay. So hopefully we won't do so badly that we throw away a 3-goal lead. Under pressure though at the moment. Four goals, 4 different goal scorers. I've been pleased with Redknapp. Ishkan and Berger just playing it amongst themselves. Jamie Carragher, come on, set up a goal. Richie Partridge's finishing is not quite up to the standard that it needs to be. Hippier's been okay. I mean, he has been dodgy, so that's why I dropped him from the team for 2 or 3 games, but John Arne Reeser. Ooh. Oh. Pesky's goal interrupted my song. How rude. One of our better performances of the season. I just hope they recover in time for the weekend's league game, because they really exerted themselves. They didn't really have to. They were 3 goals up quite early on. We ended up winning 5-1, so that means that we have really taken control of the group here. I mean, admittedly, we've not played the most difficult games. I think our next 2 group games are against Bayern. So too early yet, but if we can go through, we're in the quarterfinals, and once we're in the quarterfinals, you never know. Anyway, apart from the injury to Gerrard in the first game, that was pretty plain sailing for those 2 home games that we had this episode. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment about anything that you think I should do, players that I should sign, or tactics maybe. And hopefully see you in the next video. Oh, and subscribe, of course. Bye.